Hello and welcome to the stream. I know it's been a while since we had one. Hope everyone's been doing well. Please do let me know if there's any issues with the stream, be it volume or anything else. Alright, well let's just get right into it, shall we? He said that the night scares him. Samina Apartments, Unit 1102. Kurokizaka 4 Shinto. That was his apartment. His name was, yes, let's call him Mr. A. Mr. A, a college student who just turned 20, moved in during early spring. It was the first time he'd ever moved homes, as well as the first time living alone in a brand new city. While the introverted Mr. A had misgivings about his new life, he was slowly adjusting to life in Fuyuki. He was always comfortable being alone, so it didn't concern him that he had few friends, or that there were strangers around him. He preferred it, in fact. Mr. A tended to hold up in his room and was rather fond of his new lifestyle, where no friends or family would bother him. He was satisfied with his life, except for two things: the long corridor to his front door, and the utter indiscretion of the family that had moved in next door 1 month ago. He'd had these dissatisfactions, no worries, since he'd moved in. The apartment his parents found him was practically the size of a single-family home. A 30,000 yen per month unit with living kitchen and dining areas. It was certainly spacious enough. While Mr. A liked solitude, he had expensive tastes and wouldn't have been happy with modest accommodations. The bigger, the better. This was his fortress against the outside world. A fortress needed to be big and strong. It could be too easy to reach. It can't be too easy to reach, and it isn't comfortable unless it's deep enough. That kind of sounds like me, actually. That's right. Mr. A didn't necessarily want to be alone. He'd had strangers next to him. He was unconsciously afraid of someone invading his safe space. That was another reason he chose Semina Apartments. The distance from the door to his living room. He cared about the distance someone had to cover from his front door to the furthest reaches within, through the corridor you had to cross to leave the apartment. Damn, that is a boring long hallway. It was 4 meters from the living room to the apartment's entrance, with no closets or bathrooms on the way. An unusually long floor plan for an apartment, but Mr. A liked it. The ideal space and approach. The corridor was a vague boundary that made it hard to tell inside from outside with a distant entrance. It was long enough to make one wonder if it was really an entranceway. But Ever since he started living there, something bothered him about it. At first, he wasn't sure what the problem was, since the length was so definitely to his liking, but he finally understood after several months. It was very simple. The long corridor wasn't lit. Through some design flaw, there simply wasn't space for a light. Other units had lit entryways, but 1102 did not. He thought it was silly. Not the blueprints who forgot to install a light, but himself for not noticing it for months. How could you not notice there was no light at your entranceway? I mean, come on. Looking back, he'd gotten off on the wrong foot as soon as he'd failed to realize it. In the fall, new tenants moved in next door. It was a happy family you could find anywhere. A young couple with a daughter about 3 years old. They casually introduced themselves when they moved in. All Mr. A knew about this family was their surnames, and their daughter's name was redacted. Semina Apartments was an L-shaped building with 2 units per floor. The entrance was in the middle of the L, and the perpendicular arms each contain 1 unit. The elevator and emergency exit were at the entrance, and Mr. A occasionally ran into redacted couple, and he would sometimes encounter redacted as well. Damn it, Nasu! What the hell? You and your damn redacted. She said that every time they met. The elevator button was a little bit high for the girl. She could reach it if she stretched her arm up high, but for some reason, she never tried to raise her hand above her shoulders. While he thought it a little strange for a 3-year-old girl to go outside by herself, he didn't. He did what she asked. Sometimes he saw her on the first floor too. She would be squatting in front of the elevator when he found her, either leaving or coming home. She would look up at him, have their usual exchange. Press the button, big brother? And after several such encounters, Mr. A learned the girl's name. Of course, he didn't remember her name because he wasn't interested in other people. She was always wearing a red hoodie, so he called her Little Red Riding Hood. Again, Mr. A was an introverted young man. He didn't care about the outside world as long as it didn't threaten his lifestyle. For example, he could hear arguing through the walls, a little girl crying about twice a day, a woman yelling so loud you couldn't even really call it a scream anymore, the fact that the girl couldn't fully rotate her arm because of an untreated fracture, her father firmly telling her to wear the red hood to hide the bruises on her face. It was none of his business. Let it not be said that he heard this all just a meter from the front door. Anyway, Mr. A's entranceway was very long. The creaks were quite a ways away, and he drowned them out with the TV, but otherwise, he couldn't do much about it. One night, however, things got noticeably noisy. A shout that could have shattered glass. Crying like sirens. A door violently being wrenched open loud enough to reverberate from the 11th floor entrance. thudding noises that could be heard in Mr. A's apartment. Wow, this is starting off a lot darker than Stay Night ever did. It was 2 a.m. He was trying to enjoy a late-night program in peace, but that night it got exceptionally irritating. He got up wishing people would have some common sense. Then he immediately sat back down. It would probably blow over soon. The domestic environment next door was none of Mr. A's business. He tried not to think about it. It wouldn't be good to leave and get himself involved. He believed in personal responsibility. People should solve their own problems, Mr. A thought as he lifted the remote control to increase the TV's volume by 5. By the time he turned off the TV and went to sleep later that night, it was quiet again. Mr. A learned the next day that the entire household next door had died in a murder-suicide. Damn, that is dark. He was questioned by the police for the first time in his life. Last night, the wife, redacted, murdered the husband with a blunt weapon after a verbal altercation. She went on to kill their daughter with an edged weapon and then took her own life. Mr. A told the police that he was asleep and didn't know what happened. As the police officer politely thanked him and was about to leave, Mr. A asked a question.
一人娘はどうなったのでしょう?
I believe the officer already said the mother killed her with an edged weapon. The officer's eyebrows slightly quirked up, answering,
凶器には血液反応が残っていますから、刺されたことに間違いはありません。血痕からして致命傷であったと考えられます。
But then the young officer continued, in an uncomfortable whisper.
遺体がないんですよ、どこにも。
Oh wow, there's no body?
部屋にも、逃げ出した後のエントランスにも。
The story was simple. After Little Red Riding Hood was attacked by her mother, she escaped to the 11th floor entrance. But there were no other traces of her after that. Her blood trail ended at the elevator.
なぜエレベーターを使わなかったんでしょうね。いえ、そもそもどうして隣室のあなたに助けを求めなかったのか。いくら錯乱していたからってチャイムを押すぐらいはできたでしょうに。
Push the button, big brother. Mr. A didn't answer that the buttons would have been too high for her to reach in either case. The officer left, leaving Mr. A to his thoughts at his front door. He imagined the girl running from her mother in a panic past the floor exit to his front door, frantically pounding on the door at 2 a.m. In the end, they never found the little girl's body. Days later, Mr. A noticed odd noises at the same time every night. It was very soft, low enough that you had to strain to hear it. Whatever it was, he didn't think about it for a while. He was convinced it was the wind coming through his windows. The noise came every night. Knock, knock. It was so small it sounded like it would fade any second, but it grated on him. Once he realized it was coming from the front door and not the window, Mr. A walked down his long corridor to the front door. "Who's there?" he asked over the intercom. There was no answer. The sound was... Wow. The sound was so quiet once Mr. A arrived at his front door. He checked the peephole. Through the round, distorted field of view, he couldn't see anyone at the entrance. But there were some red spots on the beige floor. His eardrums were about to burst. There was no one at the entrance. The noise wouldn't stop. Mr. A's eyeballs approached the peephole again. There could have been someone there, but he was at the wrong angle to see them. The noise wouldn't stop. It was right below the peephole, something just out of view. Something wearing red was stuck to the door. Oh, damn. He ran back down the long corridor. The clock read 2 a.m. This had become a nightly visit. The sound came every night. Mr. A refused to open the door. The sound came tonight, too. It was quiet enough to dismiss as his imagination. It was also sharp and agonizing, like a knife in his brain. Day by day, Mr. A's mind was driven into a corner. Fall ended. He started to hear the sound at any time of day. One night he made up his mind. He would see who was at the door. Excuse me. He walked down the long corridor. A bit of light filtered through the frosted glass of the door. Crossing the long, unlit corridor, he pushed the door open. There was nobody there. He couldn't hear the ear-grating, skull-pounding knock. Of course, there was no way that would happen. There was never a noise or red hood to begin with. He laughed as he tinged with relief. His chilled body quickly regained its warmth. He was just hearing things. That incident must have bothered him a lot more than he realized. He started to feel guilty and deluded himself into feeling responsible. That wouldn't happen anymore. Everything was over now that he'd opened the door. Phew. He wiped the sweat from his forehead and closed the door. As he turned the lock, he looked up. In front of him, in the long, dark corridor he liked so much, his pupils widened. In the middle of the corridor, there was something. Oh, that is creepy as all hell. A familiar-looking dead body, wearing a red hood, seeming to be pleading for something. Mr. A was sure, without knowing why, that he'd die if he listened. The dark lips opened. Like a watermelon split by a knife. Oh, that is just a twisted, wrong description right now. Damn! With bloody lips, Little Red Riding Hood asked,
お兄ちゃん、ボタン。
Oh god, we're telling ghost stories. Oh, that's what was going on. Oh.
なんだよそれつまんねえよっていうかなんでそんなに演出家なんだ実際道つりデテール凝りすぎ芝居うますぎあと話長すぎそもそもなんだよその絵師そんなにヤバい状態になったら引っ越せ引っ越せよ
I agree, if things get that bad, just move. October 11th, shortly after noon, in the Ryodu Temple Training Camp Room. Makitara's strained voice pierced the autumn evening.
引っ越せってそれができたら苦労しないでしょあんただってあんな家出てってやるなんて言ってもう何年よ人間ね多少の不安より愛着を取るもんなのみんながみんな幽霊一匹で住処を移してたら今頃この島はもぬけの殻になってるわ
眼蓄のある言葉だなるほど我々と階段は切っても切れぬ関係にある
It's true. Everyone loves a good ghost story.
時に牧寺長廊下のお釈師様は健在か
いいねっつーの我が家にそんな偉そうなやつはいないねあと夜中になったら雨降ってないのに廊下が水に濡れたりもしないね祖先が瀬戸内で海賊なんてやってもいないねそっか牧寺んとこも古い家だったっけ何廊下の話は鬼門だったうるさい廊下なんて怖くね最新のおしゃれなマンションに引っ越して
It's not my fault you sound afraid of hallways.
でその鬼門ってなんだ新しいチャクラか
チャクラを知っていてなぜ鬼門を知らん鬼門というのは良くない
Do we have to deal with Shinji right
強
now?
調を表す言葉だ細かく言うのなら北東の方角つまり
Oh, right, this is Ise, not... I thought it was Shinji for a second, I'm sorry. Ise, son of the temple's head monk and the student council president at school. His job made him the chaperone of the club training camp, and has been glancing this way.
おおさすが寺の息子ちゃんとしてんじゃんそういうとこ
Yes, temple boy.
けど今はお断り
There's 3 women in his temple, and he's probably having a hard time with it right now.
お門違いだねほらもっとさ父さん家には江戸時代に隕石が落ちてたとか冬木の地下には大空洞があるとかそういう現実的な話をしろよない
や今のは十分に現実的な話だったと思うが
Wait, it wasn't damn... I was creeped out.
先ほ
I
どの
thought
実話
something
だ
really messed up was
廊
going
下で
on.
少女と出会ったということは真犯人は A 氏で
Shows
廊
what
下
I
の
did.
壁に
Damn
死体
good
を隠蔽
ghost
してい
story,
た
though.
という話だろ
カネちゃん、それも階段とは趣旨が違うと思う。
現実的な話をしろって言われてもね怪談話を何だと思ってるのよ牧寺はまとんでも話なら遠坂の管轄だから待ってればいいの聞けるんじゃない
Tall tales are Tosaka's specialty. Yeah, that's true. Oh man, Tosaka can spin some tall ones. Oh, speaking of Tosaka,
牧寺さん好みのとんでも話は知りませんから。
Rin Tosaka answers elegantly. She tends to act this way during group outings, such as these.
そりゃ失礼。じゃあ
Yeah, when not in group outings, she tends to be a crass, condescending, holier than thou, kind of pain in the ass.
私ですか？
Sakura!
別に怖い話が好きなんじゃなくて階段に強いだけなんですけど。
Oh, Sakura doesn't like scary stories? That's too bad.
ところで三つ先輩、そんなこと言ったのは誰でしょうか？そういうところが怖いんだって気づきなさい、さくら。
Rin murmurs. Nobody else here knows that Rin Tosaka and Sakura Mato are siblings.
和むのはいいが、まだ始まったばかりだろ。
It's true, they really are.
続けるのか続けないのか。
They have two different last names, but they are definitely sisters.
会を中止させなくてはならないのだが。
The Matos adopted Sakura from the Tosaka family
そうよね。
because they were lacking
たちにいい迷惑だし。
mage blood in their
マキデラがも
family,
う
so
叫ば
they
ないっていう
adopted
なら続
Sakura.
けましょう。
騒いでないじゃん。三つの話がつまんないからダメ出ししただけじゃんかよ。
And you were being loud about it.
問題はそのダメ出しが次にもあるかということでしょうね。マキデラさんに我慢しろというのは呼吸をするなということと同義だから、
Akira
割
at
と
the
絶望的だけど。
oh, be patient, like telling her not to breathe. Love it.
どうマキデラさん、呼吸止められる？
止められる。私陸上の次に水泳得意だし。
Okay.
だそうですのでこのまま続けましょう。次は三枝さんかな。はいけど私階段ってしたことなくて大丈夫、無理に怖がらせようと思わなくていいから。
No, I thought that was the point of ghost stories, was to like scare your audience.
あやこのは実際あった話を脚色したたちの悪い話でね。マキデラさんが怖がったのはセミナマンションの事件を知っていたからだろうし。そうなんですか？
うん。セミナマンションの一家心中は実際にあった話だ。その1ヶ月後、隣室の青年も行方不明になり、捜索願いが出ているのも事
So
実
they did actually. Wow.
やめろ
Oh, she's having a
エースの兄ちゃんは
meltdown.
なんか理由あって自分探しに旅立ったんだよ。素敵なサムシングなんだよ。いつか一回りでっかくなって帰ってくるんだよ。
Right.
そんなかっこいい兄ちゃんにおかしな失踪理由でっち上げるとは、なんて少年の腐った女だ。三つ綾
本当にいなくなっちゃったんですか？
Sounds like Mr. A had something to do with it and then buggered
あ
off.
同じマンションの住人が言うのだから間違いない。そうだろう、三つ釣り嬢。
そういう話だからね。とまあ私ほど脚色せずとも実際にあった噂話だけで十分ってこと。
Yeah, it is spooky.
マキデラは怖がりだからね。
That was
サ
a
イ
fun
ズさんも
story,
その
though.
線で攻めてみるといいよ。
Especially
誰
the
かに聞いたお
visuals.
化けの話とかない？
それなら何個かあります。皆さん窓辺の幽霊って知ってますか？2学期から広まりだした噂なんですけど。何それ？私は初耳。
House, yeah, it's news to me too.
お化け妖怪の人影ですよね。弓道部の1年生たちが話してたような。
Sakura, are you doing things again?
はい、そのお化け妖怪です。
Sakura, is your shadow self doing stuff when you're sleeping
なん
again?
でも冬木のどこかに使われていない洋館があって、夜中に近づくと 2階の窓辺からこうじーっと見つめてくる人影があるそうです。
Sounds like fun.
ああ、人影ってどんな人影よ、ゆきっち。つうかさ、冬季のどこかにある洋館って
I see you
何？
can avoid it like the plague.
それは私も知らないんだけど、あんまり人が寄りつかないお屋敷じゃないかな。実際見た人がいるらしいんだけど、たまたま道に迷った時に洋館を見つけたんだって。なんでも周りは木ばっかりで人気がなくて、洋館の2階にいたお化けは女の人だったとか。
Ghost on the second floor is a woman, huh?
何それ、人気のない洋館で女が一人？
Alone in the bed sounds like Tosakas. Oh god. Oh, it kinda does actually.
どうさか、あんたんちお化け屋敷にされてるぞ。
そうなのかな。ごめんなさい遠坂さん、この話って遠坂さんちのことだったの？謝らないで三枝さん。うちがご近所からそういった扱いを受けているのは今に始まったことじゃないし、牧寺さんのような言われなき中傷にも慣れていますから。
It's not exactly slander. The Tosaka estate is in fact a type of haunted house. Yeah, you could actually call it a haunted house.
じゃあこの話はやめてシートの話にします。最近夜になるとシートの空に何か大きな糸みたいのが見えるって話なんですけど。
What's Ryder up to? Yukika Segusa looks around timidly. From the looks of it, she's checking for eyewitnesses.
その糸みたいなのが何なのか見たことある人います？
話だけは聞いてるが、あいにくとまだ怪異には出会っていない。
That's one
空
no.
って夜空？そのセンタービルの屋上に人影が立っていたなんて話じゃないわよね。
Oh, damn it, Tosaka! Did she see you standing on top of the building at the beginning of freaking Stay Night? Damn it, you're supposed to keep these things hidden, girl. God.
具体的な例えだね。そりゃセンタービルの屋上に赤い人影を見たって話はよく聞くけど、三枝さんの話は別物じゃなくて？
Nope, that was Rin. Ayako Mitsuzuri gives an inscrutable gaze. Rin Tosaka smiles uncomfortably. She often prefers wearing red clothes. It's already been half a year since the Fifth Holy Grail War ended. Is she still going out on patrol at night?
牧寺先輩は見たことありますか？
ない。
I mean, why
だ
would
がお
she?
そらくは UFO。
Sure, UFOs.
私は読めたよ。牧寺、あんたは階段を勘違いしてる。
そうだ
Are
ね。
we, are
我
we
々がしてい
shifting
るのはオ
genres
カル
to
ティック
aliens
な話だ
now?
が、コズミックな話ではない。牧野氏、気の毒だが、いくら待っても君好みなムームー話に出番はないぞ。
読んでない。あんな面白おかしい電波本なんて購読してないよ私。だってあれすっげえつまんねえじゃん。
まあそのつまらないところがある意味たまらないのではあるが。
Oh, this sounds like such a fun party
とこ
to
ろで
attend.
神都上空の蜃気楼の件だが、
Everyone shakes their heads. Unfortunately, no one here has witnessed it. However, what is this feeling I've been having for a while?
そういう噂話なら俺からも。
Oh, what's that? Poor Ise. Oh, he must be going out of his poor little mind.
昔から郊外の森には城が建っているという話があるだろう。それに新設が加わったそうだ。
Would you leave Ili's castle out of
何度
this?
も
The
城を
Von
目指して
Einsburn
森
estate
に
out
入
of
る
this, please?
と、旧帝国軍の亡霊が現れて入ってきたものを戦場に送り出すらしい。で、いくつかの関門を乗り越えた勇者だけが幻の城で一泊できてメイド姉妹に解放されるとかなんだ。
Do we know who those maids are?
竜道くん、何？念願の相部屋で脳みそとろけちゃった？
He prays so hard his brain. But he might have.
えい、俺とておかしな話だと思っておるわ。だが実際に見た者がいるのだから仕方なかろう。嘘だと思うのなら一人で郊外に特攻するがいい。
Wow. It sounds kind of interesting.
エミヤは今の竜道のヨタ話どう思う？
Oh, Emmy is here too, is he? Mitsuzuri turns to me. I've been silent this whole time. Oh, we are Shiro. Okay. I see what's going on now. Man, I couldn't come up with any remarks. So I was keeping to myself, but... Well, Ise wouldn't make things up. Ryudo Temple is close to the forest, so it might actually be real. It's not exactly implausible either. And I hate to interrupt, but I suddenly remember I need to use the toilet. Sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll try to slip back in without interrupting, so go on without me. I tried to look for the right timing to give Mikador a good scare.
いいじゃん、やれるもんならやってみな。私も女だ。エミヤにゃ負けられないね。
He's going to the... Well, pretending to go to the bathroom anyway. She gives me a bizarre reaction, as always. Makidera's been saying that kind of stuff to me ever since I started having lunch with Tosaka at school. The night chill hits my skin once I step outside. The air in the mountains is cooler and sharper than in the city. My foggy head and indistinct thoughts stepped into the cold, awakened as distinct entity. Whew! I look up at the night sky and heave a sigh. I already walked 20 meters from the room we were all in. I'm in the corridor crossing the temple. Contemplation without any goal in mind is a fresh experience all its own. Now then, what should I think about? I guess I'll go over how I got into this situation. The most recent event would be the training camp today. It stemmed from the cultural festival coming up soon. Sakura's working hard as the Kyoto Club captain, Mitsuzuri watching over her, and our strange relationship with the track and field club. After some twists and turns, we gradually settled on holding this joint training camp to prepare for the cultural festival. Ise lent us space, and I was invited as manual labor. I'm just the cook. Well, then everyone's eating very well. My days have been pretty busy lately, but they've also been undoubtedly peaceful ones. I think back to half a year ago, to the Holy Grail War and everything that happened. It was a war where I both lost and gained something. Enough time has passed that I calmly reminisce on it. The Holy Grail War is all in the past. Fuyuki is free of any sparks of conflict. The Holy Grail is gone, The servants are no longer among us. The dead won't walk again. Time flows without a hitch. Hey Dawson, good to see you. No, this game didn't come out today, but it has just recently come out, like maybe a week ago, on Steam. So yeah, this is the one I've been waiting for. I've really been looking forward to this one. My daily life goes on, doesn't need to change. They're all here, the various factors connecting each of my days. The right way for a human to live is by enjoying the slight changes, bridging yesterday to today, and today to tomorrow. My thoughts grind to a halt. There was another reason I'm at this camp, I think. What's that? It just stopped. I just spotted something standing in the corner of my eye. I have not, unfortunately, Dawson, I haven't watched a lot of anime. I was busy doing a lot of cram crafting for Grand Con that I went to. Oh my god, it was on the 12th, 13th, and 14th of September, and I had a lot of crafting to do for my competition cosplay. So I didn't really have time to watch anime while I was doing all that. Because I still had to find time to record and do all my usual YouTube stuff. It is a little sad that I haven't got to watch much in the way of anything in the way of anime. But I really enjoyed doing all my crafting for the Comic-Con that I went to, so I guess that kind of made up for it. I had a lot of fun at Grand Con. It's in the temple courtyard. I couldn't see it clearly from this far away, but a human-like silhouette was running into the woods. It must be one of the temple monks. We aren't the only people at Ryodu Temple. I think someone is in the courtyard, but worrying about it won't get me anywhere. Right? Yeah. Anyway, where's the toilet? I did not cosplay as Rin. No, I cosplayed as 3 separate characters this year, one on each day. So on the 12th, I cosplayed as Boa Hancock, One Piece. Then for the competition on Saturday, I was Free Ren. And then I cosplayed as Sakura Haruno on Sunday. I pick up the pace and jog down the corridor when, just as I'm rounding the corner, I crash into someone. Sorry.
こちらこそごめんなさい。少しぼーっとしていたから。
It's Medea! Oh, what's Castor still doing here? Shouldn't she be, like, gone? My brain grinds to a halt. Yeah, no shit, it grinds to a halt. We're 6 months after the Grail War. Medea should definitely not be here. I'm so surprised I don't even know what I'm surprised about. You've never been to a Comic-Con? I haven't actually been to one until 4 years ago when my city started hosting Grand Con once a year. until then, I'd never been to one either, so... And ours really isn't the biggest Comic-Con, but it sure the hell is fun.
けど、あなたも気をつけなさい。
Yeah, we definitely shouldn't run headlong into Castor.
廊下を走るのを感心しなくてよ、坊や。
Castor keeps going. She's as refined and sardonic as always, but it's rare to see her uncovered face. But if I had to say what really surprised me, yeah, Castor's incredibly beautiful. I mean, yeah. I resume my brain functions by talking to myself and continue walking. I empty my mind. I finish my business and go back to the camp room.
そうして八八はよみがえった。村人たちにいびり殺された息子。可愛い我が子にもう一度会いたいという母親の狂気が死者をよみがえらせたのじゃ。
Yeah, which Comic-Con is an hour away from you, Dawson?
じゃがよみがえった八八には至るところが欠けておった。母親は足りない箇所を補うため毎晩捕まえて閉じ込めた村人たちから。
Ise's eyes are shining. Temple boy indeed. Once you bring up graves, dead bodies, and karmic retribution, no one knows more than he does. Yeah, but a big anime one, but which one? Everyone is glued to the story in rapt silence, waiting for the shoe to drop. Makidera, of course, but even Himuro, Mitsuzuri, and Tosaka, who seem like they have high tolerance for horror stories. Everyone's wearing the same expression. I wonder if something odd just happened. Even Mr. Kuzuki is quietly listening to Ise's story. Yeah. As for Fujine, our leader,
虎はなぜ強いと思う？ 生まれつ
she's
き怖い話なんて
being
怖くないからだ。
Fujine.
シロたちは生まれつき怖い話に弱いからそんな特訓をしなければならないのだ。
And you've never gone to it, even though it's only an hour away? You've never got tickets for like just the day or something? So she said, on the verge of tears, and went off to bed early. Our faculty chaperone is skipping out on her job. Yeah, that sounds like a Fujine thing to do. Still, it wouldn't do for a bunch of boys and girls our age to have a secret meeting in the dark, so she pushed her responsibility onto Mr. Kuzuki. Of course she did. Again, that's a very Taiga thing to do.
考える死人になった。だが悲しいかな。ようやく八八が母親の名前を呼べるようになった頃、八八は悲しんだ。よみがえったことはさほど嬉しくはない。ただ、苦痛に耐えて自分をよみがえらせた母親が不憫でならなかった。そうして八八は自らと同じよう母をよみがえらせようとしたのじゃが。
This little ghost stories these days telling is just getting creepier by the damn second.
母が自分に施した作動を丁寧に繰り返しても 村人たちの肉を二山三山、血を二川三川使おうとも。母は
なんでだよ。ゾンビは勝手に増えるじゃんよ。かわいそうだから増やしてやれよ。
Well, as small as Grand Con is, because my city's not all that big, like freaking something stupid like 70,000. There's still tickets for just a day at the box office. I would think that they would still sell tickets at the front gate. Just because even if you didn't, buy them online or you pre-buy them, I would assume there's no reason why they wouldn't still want your money. They'd be more than happy to sell you a ticket if you asked them, sure.
あと、なんで口調変わってんだよ、生徒会長。
Maybe next year when that Comic-Con comes up,
ところで水を差すな、負けだろ。
it might be worth just
この
making the hour-long
流
trip
動家の
over
決まりなのだ。
and just seeing if they have tickets at the box office. I would assume they should.
さもありなん。母親と八八では立ち位置が違ったのじゃ。教会の問題でな。いかな邪法秘法を用いようと叶わぬことが一つだけある。それは聖者のみが死者を蘇らせられ
But
る。
because he's dead, he can't raise the dead. Oh, that's just that poor village that got massacred.
死者が死者を食ろうて仲間にしたところで生き返らしたことにならぬ。
Dang. Now I really want to know what Comic-Con you're like an hour away from, because I might want to go to it.
「それはすでに人ではなく死体を食うだけの化粧を生み出したに過ぎぬのだ」
'Cause that sounds like really awesome, having a performer come all the way from Japan. That'd be so freaking epic. He has a point. The dead can't make wishes come true. You can only do that while you're alive. Even the dead are granted a new lease on life. The dead absolutely can't raise the dead. That's always been true. Only the living have the role of summoning the dead.
それを知らぬ八八は永遠に血肉を集め続ける。よみがえらぬ母親のために今でも流動で人の手足を集め続けているという話じゃ。これが冬木に伝わるムクロ塚の八八郎、影山の臓物墓場の言われである。
Like I say, I kind of want to know now what Comic-Con it is, because I might want to go to it if I can. Ise finishes his story. A candle goes out. It's someone else's turn to tell a tale.
今のはそれなりに聞いたわね。寺の息子が寺に泊まっている時に墓場の話をするとは思いませんでした。
That was a
その
pretty
大
heavy
人げな
one.
さに脱帽です。
Almost too bad we missed the beginning of it. Because damn, Shiro was in the pisser.
今日はこちらの陣地だからね。
I have watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Loved them both.
仏敵を打ちのめすためなら
What's
使
your
えるものは
favorite
何でも使
Lord
う。
of the Rings character? Dawson? Who's up next? We're doing the time-honored camp tradition of telling scary stories in a circle.
ほら、次はエミヤの番。
Oh, Emmy is up next, is he?
生徒会長の後で大変だろうけど、一つ気合の入ったのを頼むわ。
心配には及びません、三辻先輩。
Osaka is vouching for us,
先
huh?
輩、階段には強いですよ。夏場に藤村先生を脅かすのに効果的ですから。
I don't remember doing that. All eyes turned to me. I know a scary story or two, but it's my first time telling one in front of this many people. Telling stories isn't really my thing to begin with. Not much is your thing, Shiro. Let's face it. I can't really spice them up, and I can't even tell if they're interesting or not. Elijah Woods was at that Comic-Con. That's pretty good. I can't remember who was all at ours. There were some pretty big names though.
落ち着いてでいいわよ、エミヤくん。
I mean, last year at our Comic-Con we had the lady, the actress that played the armor in the Mandalorian series was at our Comic-Con. That was a big draw.
いつも通りでここが土蔵だと思ってればいいんだから。
You're gonna make me blush. Oh well. It's not my thing, but we're having a party. In order to cap off the most fun camp I've ever been to. Here's a long one then. I'll step out of character and tell a story for the first time. I wonder how long I've been crouching. I can't even groan. Christopher Lee was your favorite actor? I agree. It is a tragic loss it was a tragic loss when Christopher Lee passed. I wholeheartedly agree. There's a rotten branch piercing my throat. My tongue was pulled out at the root. Wow, dang. My carefully destroyed vocal cords so that I couldn't form any words. I don't even have the liberty of writhing in pain. I've been dismembered from my hips and shoulders. The only living human part of me left is my heart. My body stopped functioning long ago, but my sense of pain still works just fine. Living is suffering. It's a bit brutal. Yeah, it's only getting started. Even if only my heart is left, I still feel the pain of existence. It's been a long time. They leave me exposed to the elements. It's extreme hope and dead-end despair. Ridiculous. This is despicable hallucination. It's all a misunderstanding born from the utter lack of perspectiveness and experience. I repeat the pain and comfort. I recall the repetitive drills I apparently undertook in my youth. Heavenward, hellward, westward, eastward. My lack of limbs, my gradual deterioration don't hurt. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being nothing. I can't stand the falsehood of being unable to become anything. FGO is actually going really well for me. I'm all caught up with the story thus far. So I've finished the latest, or the first Ordeal Call chapter. I am a little bit behind in the most recent event, but since there's really no welfare character for me to lose out on, I'm not too terribly worried about this event. But other than that, I'm doing really well. All of my characters that I have summoned, all like 260 of them, I think now, are all at their natural max level, which is kind of nice. So I don't have to worry about doing that anymore, just leveling new servants as I get them. Of course, I still have a lot of work to do when it comes to leveling skills. My god, that is eating up the QP. And once again, I've been sent back to QP hell. If I won't be able to produce anything one day, then this must be suffering for the sake of suffering. A half-dead body on the verge of death. You missed my live streams? Aw. Well, I miss doing them, but I have to give. I need a little bit of time in between streams to figure out, you know, what games I might want to do next live, and if I'm doing a poll, need time to vote on them and things. But yeah, I enjoy doing the streams, and I definitely enjoy having you guys in the chat. I love being able to interact with my audience. I really enjoy it. I desperately wish to keep living while recklessly wishing for death. Long ago, they called this contradiction hell. I must confess, I never actually wanted to die. She was in near-death state for a long time. Well, it is entirely possible. Hey, I've got some new subscribers, so thank you to my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Of course, big thank you to all my longtime subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. But yeah, hopefully we'll keep growing the channel, and we'll keep adding to the yokai army. I think the biggest thing that prevents me from doing more streams is the fact that I have an actual, like, full-time paying job that I have to go do, like, 4 days a week. So that puts a real damper on how much time I can spend doing live stuff. Because my job is a real physical one, being a housekeeper and whatnot, so I'm I'm on the go doing a lot of stuff with YouTube and cosplaying and working a full-time job. I hear a noise. Click, click. Oh, it's doing the clicky click for me. Sweet. It sounds like pebbles bouncing in a somewhat rhythmic way. It reminds me of an upbeat polka song. Maybe one day this can be my job. That would be freaking awesome, actually. I would really, really love that if I could make YouTube my my dedicated job. That would be absolutely amazing. I'm a long way from that though. I am what 400 and what 402 subscribers away from and still a couple thousand watch hours away from being able to apply for monetization. I absently listened to the sound. Yes, definitely. I would love to be able to spend as much time doing YouTube as Otaku Daikun. Abso-freaking-lutely. That I would love to be able to dedicate as much time to doing YouTube and live stuff as he does. That would be, I would really enjoy it. But I got a long way to go first. I still have a really tiny, obscure channel, unfortunately. Where am I? I can't remember. No, just don't want to remember. I'm ashamed of how unmangly I am, or ungangly I am. Blah. I'm awake, but don't even try to rouse my consciousness or my intellect. I focus on my heavy head and limbs. I whip my disobedient body into action. I force my arms to slightly push up my prone body. I seem to have been lying on a sofa. I wonder how long I've been asleep. When I try to remember where I am to begin with, a terrible pain courses through my temples. A lot of grinding you found with Otaku? Well, I love that you love being a yokai. I feel dizzy, like a hangover after a night of heavy drinking. Well, I mean, it may feel like a bit of a grind because he has so many he puts out so many videos a week, but I have a habit of showing off and drinking the night away, even if I'm a lightweight. But fortunately, there's no alcohol left in my body. This place. My foggy, shaky mind assesses the situation. Is this a mansion? It doesn't look very familiar. I can't quite remember what I was doing here or why I was asleep. I have a massive amount of grinding to do to get to get to his level. My God, I would kill for 100,000 subscribers. My God, that'd be amazing. I hope to get there one day. I do, but you know, I'm gonna do my content and enjoy what I do, and hopefully you guys out there do as well. The noise continues. There's no clock in the room. It's dark outside. My internal sense of time tells me it's after midnight. The room is... it's no use. I can't see very well. Not only are my limbs sluggish, my vision is impaired. I try to inspect the room, but my vision keeps fluctuating, so I can't get a full picture of it. I still try to understand what's happening, and finally, in front of me, I notice someone sitting with their back to me. With the lack of illumination and my poor vision, I can't tell for sure. I managed to make out a male silhouette. Need more shredded yokai otaku daiku, not like the fake fans, like the fake anime men fans. I appreciate that. I try to have fun with my content, and that, you know, it pretty much sums it up. I just try to have fun with the video I'm making that day. He's sitting like he's absorbed in a book and he doesn't notice me. He seems to be puzzling over something. I wonder what he's doing, slowly pushing myself vertical enough to see his hands. My limbs recover more easily than my mind and vision. Once I move them, further movement feels easier. The man isn't looking at a book. He's looking at some kind of sliding puzzle. It's a simple game, a picture split into 16 pieces that you shuffle and try to fit back together, I think. Nope, that's how a sliding puzzle works. A form of amusement for children, something any given person has probably tried once or twice. The man is absorbed in the puzzle. I stop watching him and rise to a sitting position.
Yo, 目が覚めたか、マスター。
Oh, I think I know who this is. He greets me like an old friend. I'm startled by my own voice.
なんだよ。まだ寝てんのか、あんた。ほら、いい加減目を覚ませよ。目が死んでるぜ。いつもの生真面目さはどこ行った？
Wait, then why is he calling himself an anime man if he's hated anime since 2020? What's wrong with this man? Anime's only gotten better since 2020. I mean, just look at Frieren, for crying out loud. And the newest chapters of One Piece, for Christ's sake. Anime is only getting better. If he hates it, he can just go away. That's all I got. What, Toradora is C tier? Wow. The man snickers. His annoying laugh doesn't upset me. That is a little odd that it would be that they'd put it in a C tier. That strikes me as off. I just look at him, bemused.
私はどうして
Should I prioritize this question first? I just can't remember why I was asleep. The man frowns. Somehow I can tell, even though I can't really see him, and points to the corner of the room. Which one did they put it at F tier? Fairy Tail? One Piece? Let's see, Dragon Ball? God, I love so many anime. Inuyasha? Which one did they put in the F tier? How stupid are they? There's an old cloudy image of someone there.
自分で確認しろよ。あんたは何でも自分一人でできるんだから。
I move over to the figure with unsteady steps. Fairy Tail? They put it as a C tier? Oh my god, that's almost sacrilegious. Then it was probably One Piece they put F tier. Maybe because it's so damn long. I don't know. The pale moonlight stands out in the unlit room. I see a dirty mirror that looks like it's been abandoned for decades in the house, wherever it is. And in it, I see a figure that's unmistakably me staring back in amazement. Ah. My voice croaks. It's incomprehensible why I'm so surprised to see the image of myself that I've known for over 20 years. Dark red hair and eyes. A charmless physique that's only good for overpowering other people. A men's suit worn like armor as if to deny being female. This is the person I've always been, Bazzett Fraga MicRemitz, and no one else. Well, I mean, that might be true until you make your appearance in FGO as frickin' Manananak. Sorry. And yet, I'm surprised to see myself. Something feels wrong about my reflection. Something is there which shouldn't be there, and something else is missing. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I know it's a contradiction.
落ち着いたか？なら手っ取り早く殺しに行こう。
Sounds like the character I'm pretty sure that silhouette is
お互いやら
portraying.
れっぱなしは性に合わねえだろ、マスター。
His words erase a faint wrongness I was feeling. Master. Why did I forget that word? 7 mages who fight a miraculous war of survival. bearers of the Holy Grail commanding the ultimate familiars. I came here to be a master. I came to this island in this far east to take part in a ritual called the Holy Grail War. The Holy Grail is a sacred relic said to grant its owner's wish, but no one has ever obtained the true Holy Grail. It's only a legend. The Holy Grail summoned in Fuyuki City is a counterfeit of that legend. They still call it a Holy Grail because it grants wishes, even if it isn't the original. As far as mages are concerned, its authenticity is of secondary importance. They only care whether this replica has power or not. By those standards, the Fuyuki Holy Grail is worth pursuing.
かの地にて召喚される第726号聖杯は新作となる可能性が秘められている。我らが理想とする秩序に基づき、これを人の世より隔離せよ。
The Mages Association I belong to, an independent organization formed to conceal magecraft, made that decision. The Holy Grail War in this land is a competition between mages. The Fuyuki Holy Grail War allows a limited number of participants, and the association occupies only one of those slots. Someone in specialized combat would be selected for that position. The most appropriate candidate is a mage known for martial prowess, not academic achievement. The conflict in the far eastern island was simply a nuisance of ritual, far removed from the internal power struggles of the association. Failure was not permitted, but there was no glory to be gained from this war. They chose me to fight it. I used a family heirloom as a summoning catalyst. Armed with the association's prestige and trust, and a sword, I left the association for Japan.
我々はわずかな不安も抱かない。そうだろう、バゼット・フラガ・マクレミッツ。君は優秀な魔術師だ。こと戦闘において君の右に出る者はいない。いては君の立場が危うくなるからね。
I believe that's what you just said. They sent me off with devious smiles. As they said, they had the utmost confidence and utter contempt for my combat skills. A god's holder. This title, an ancient magical attribute passed down through my bloodline, defines my existence.
そうだ。私はマスターとして聖杯戦争に参加した。
That was my mission. To enter the war on behalf of the organization and win it. That was my only mission, I'm sure. So why? I have the vague sense I was searching for something other than the Holy Grail. For something. Someone. I must have wanted to meet someone far more than I wanted the Holy Grail. I can't remember. What happened over the last few days? I don't know who I am now, but my memories since coming to Fuyuki are a haze. I remember joining the war as a master. They have 5 million, they got almost 5 million subs? Oh man. And they hate anime. That's terrible. I remember patrolling the town with my servant. But many parts are missing, the last several days. Right. My memories since arriving in town are shrouded in fog. In the first place, why was I asleep in this mansion?
おーい、いつまでもボケっとしてんじゃねえぞ。時間もねえんだ。さっさと片付けに行こうぜ。
The Shadow's been speaking to me for a while. He's a servant, a hero from the past summoned and given form in order to serve me. A heroic spirit who serves humans, making him the highest order of familiars. There's a path between master and servant, a connection over which magical energy flows. My magical energy, simply put, my life force, allows my servant to act. My body serves as its physical anchor, and I can feel it keeping him in the mortal realm. He's my servant, no doubt about it. But is this really the servant I summoned?
お前は私のサーバントなのか?
I ask him a question, my head pounding.
は?
The servant stands up and examines me. He must have finally sensed something's wrong.
あんたさ、その様子からするとまだ本調子じゃねえってこと?
The shadow flickers and sputters like a flame. My instincts warn me. This man is my servant, but he's no ally. He's a beast who will try to kill his master and get free the first chance he gets. A master-servant relationship is built on trust. It's nothing more than a transaction. Isn't built on trust. It's nothing more than a transactional relationship. The slightest sign of a flaw or vulnerability in that bond could lead to immediate betrayal.
おい、心配して相棒様が聞いてるんだぜ。答えるのが筋ってもんじゃねえの?
そうですね。正直に言うと、私の性能は低下しています。運動に支障はありませんが、意識に混乱が見られます。特に昨日の記憶が。
It's more your memories from yesterday, dear Bazzett. There's nothing to be gained by concealing my memory problems. I return my servant's gaze and admit there's something wrong with me. But I'll hide what I can. I can't reveal the fact that my vision is impaired, nor that my memories are missing, not just unclear. Those are my current weaknesses. If my servant realizes them, he'll probably pounce right away. They put Inuyasha at D tier. Huh. Personally, I think Inuyasha is at least a B tier. C+, B-, B, you know, in that range. But definitely not D tier. They called it Garberg. Oh no. Not poor Inuyasha. That's just mean. Inuyasha had probably one of the single greatest anime villains of like all time. I don't know, man. But friggin' the main villain of Inuyasha is probably the most fleshed out, best, most maniacal villain I've come across in anime. He's absolutely amazing, Naraku is. As far as villains go. The best I can do now is act as naturally as I can to try to extract intelligence from him and try to restore my memories.
記憶が曖昧？俺を呼んでおいて何も分かってない。聖杯戦争のことも自分が誰かも分からないってのか？おいおい待てよ、勘弁してくれ。それじゃあズブの素人と組んだ方がいくらかマシじゃねえか。
Yes, I agree. Damn them fake fans. Rawr. Hopefully the yokai army will grow big enough that we can silence the fake fans.
いえ、自分が何者なのかははっきりしています。
Okay, at least we have a firm idea of who we
あな
are.
たを召喚したことも、マスターとして聖杯戦争に参加したことも覚えてい
It's everything after that that's kind of
あ
fuzzy.
例えば、どうして私がここで眠っていたのか、どうもよく思い出せない。
State the fact, showing no weakness. It seems to work. The servant's air of suspicion recedes.
質問を返しますが、私はどうしてここで眠っていたのか教えてもらえますか？
Yes, spit it out, my servant.
なんでかって、そんなもん俺が知るか。
I love it. My servant's like, how the hell am I supposed to know what goes on in your damn head?
この洋館を隠れ家にするって言ったのはあんただし、俺を召喚してすぐ疲れたから休むって言ったのもあんただ。
Because they're tired.
そのあ
Okay.
たり覚えてないのか？
Probably not. I do remember looking for a place to make my base of operations before I arrived in Fuyuki. This mansion, yes, this place was a potential location. Oh, it's coming into view now. My consciousness dims. I feel faint when I try to recall my memories. I shouldn't push myself too hard now.
この洋館を隠れ家にすると決めたのは私でしょう。それには覚えがあります。そしてあなたを召喚した。
I remember it vaguely. I'm sure I made a pact with this servant in this mansion.
そうそう。で、すぐに眠ったんだよあんたは。名前だけ名乗って私が起きるまで行動するななんて言いやがった。
So I assume he's just been sitting. Hey, you weren't allowed to do anything. That includes playing with the sliding puzzle, you jackass.
おかげでこっちはたまりまくりだ。
Yeah, playing with the sliding puzzle, something you were explicitly told not to do, because you were told to do nothing.
この試合に呼ばれたってのに、なんだってお預け食らってなきゃなんねえのかね。
Wow, he's just really up for the killing part of the Holy Grail War, isn't he? I only told him my name? Wait, more importantly, this servant's behavior is dangerous. He's a little bloodthirsty. He seems belligerent and reliable, but it would be a concern if he enjoyed combat too much.
待ちなさい。確認しますが、私たちは基本的な戦闘方針すら話し合っていなかったのですか？
ないよ。きっと必要なかったんだ。あんたは事前にこの町を調べていたろうし、俺だって聖杯戦争がどんなものか呼び出された時点で頭に叩き込まれてる。要はより早く効率的に手段を選ばず他のマスターどもを殺していけばいいって話じゃんか。相談することなんてねえよ。
He's not wrong. He's 100% not wrong.
恐ろしい顔するなあんた。そう睨むなよ。おっかねえじゃん。
You put one of your
何？俺気に障ることでも言っ
As
た？
far as I'm concerned, there are no F tier animes. Every anime has its own unique oh, how to put it? There's something unique and wonderful about every single anime. It may not be the greatest anime ever, but every anime is its own unique and wonderful thing.
ええ、あなたとは相互理解が必要なようですね。私のサーバントがそんな考えなしでは腹が立つ。
See, I wouldn't classify any anime as F tier.
私は教会を代表する魔術師であって猛獣使いになる気はありませんから。
I don't intend to be a beast tamer. Well, you might have a problem. I cow my servant with a glare. My servant muses and looks away.
ま、相互理解はできないと思うけど。
He murmurs as if it doesn't concern him.
いいさ。で、何？教会の代表様はどんな戦いがお好みで？
ことは隠密に無駄な戦いは行いません。
It's supposed to be a covert war anyway, so...
まずは敵マスターの調査を優先。今回の聖杯戦争がどういったものかを把握した後、倒すべき順番を考慮し、撃破に移行します。
That is the intelligent thing to do. Those were my orders from the association. First, I need to investigate the 3 families administering the war, the Einsburn, Tosaka, and Mikiri masters. Then I'll look into the other 3 masters. Dialogue might help me identify mages who are willing to give up being masters. They might even be worth securing for the association. In any case, it would be I would be embarrassing myself as an association mage if I took action before I've gathered all of the necessary information.
は？使いっ走りの犬じゃあるまいし、何悠長に言ってやがる。
Damn, he's got some serious attitude.
敵は見つけたら殺すよマスター。結局は潰し合う同業だ。出会ったら最後、逃げられないし、逃がさないものだろう。
Again, he's not wrong. He's right, of course. See? Not wrong. I agree with him, but I can't go against the association's orders. Bullshit, you can't.
従いなさい。
It's been done before in
教会は
different
神秘
Grail
を隠匿
Wars.
するための組織です。
Once you're in the Grail War, it's on you, man. The association can't make you fight the Grail War a specific way.
それに無秩序に戦えば一般人に犠牲が出てしまう。
I mean, I agree with keeping the civilians out of
聖
it.
杯の入手は絶対条件ですが、町の人間を巻き込むことは極力避けるべきだ。
This isn't only about the Mages Association. The Holy Church is also in the war, or involved. When collateral damage occurs, they swiftly suppress the news to allow the ritual to continue undisturbed. But excessive damage would earn their hostility. During the previous war, meaning the Fourth Holy Grail War, there was a master who indiscriminately attacked civilians. It is said that the priest serving as the overseer declared that master a foreign enemy and heavily penalized them.
それは手段を選ぶ。
We are being picky about who we fight.
俺には思いつかないが、勝ち残るための一環として殺しはしない方がいいとか。
勝ち残るためではありません。私とて魔術師です。
Yes, she will do whatever's necessary.
ですが、それでも人として最低限守るべきものがあるでしょう。
ああ、そりゃなんつうか。
He sounds listless. The servant heaves an apathetic sigh.
あんたさ、霊術使ってくんない？私には逆らうな、みたいな。そうしないと、あんたを真っ先に殺しそうだわ。
He's actually straight up threatening us. He growls. This servant means it. He's not thinking about the aftermath. The rule about helping his master out of self-preservation doesn't apply to him. He's really after my head. And he's telling me to use a command spell to prevent that. The Holy Grail grants each master 3 command spells, each of which can be used to issue an unbreakable orders. There are Master's Trump card that can enforce any command, but there are only 3 of them. I answer instantly.
断ります。飼い犬に命令される主人などいないし、飼い犬に殺される者など主人ではありません。
Oh, way to bite back.
私のサーバントだ。あなたがどう動くか、あなたがいつ
They
死に
gave
挑むかは
Parasite a C tier?
私が決める。
Okay. Depending on the other anime on the list, I could understand why he might have put it in C tier. I might not have put it in C tier. I'm not sure. I return his bloodlust in equal measure. At any rate, I won't last long if I waste command spells on petty squabbles. I ball my right hand into a fist and inscribe a rune on the floor with my heel, ready to intercept his attack at any time.
なるほどね。なら考え方を変えてみるか。
That's right. That's right, buddy. You don't want to mess with Bazzett. She uses true runes. So, there's no messing with her.
オーケー。俺はあんたのサーバントだ。飼い主には従
Wow,
う
he
よ。
really did change his tune, didn't he? Parasite is a 9 out of 10 anime to you? Fair enough. So you'd put that in what, an A tier? I guess S tier is reserved for those 10 out of 10 animes. My servant folds easily. That was a little anticlimactic. I was ready for an all-out fight, thinking it might be a good chance to gauge my servant's strength.
なんだよ。それでも文句あんの？
Well, I'm a little disappointed, actually.
いえ、問題はないけど。
So yeah, A tier? Fair enough.
本当に私の
I
言
think
葉を
for
理
me
解
it,
してい
it
るので
might
す
be a B tier, but I mean that's just my personal opinion. There are some animes that are just totally outclassed to me, so. And it may be a hot take, but god damn it. Dragon Maid is an A tier fucking anime. I'm sorry. It is. I love Dragon Maid.
ああ、できるだけ死人は出すなってんだろ。それがマスターの方針ってことは理解したよ。で、他にはまだ言っておくことってあるか？
Plenty, in fact. But not as part of a discussion about strategy. I can't just give him orders according to the situation later. I can give him orders according to the situation later.
よし、なら行こうぜ。いい加減ここにいるのも飽き飽きだ。
My servant urges me to go into the city. My body still feels unstable, but the city weighs on my mind. I feel as if my body craves the freedom of craves the freedom of exercise after being asleep for so long.
わかりました。細かい方針は状況に応じて変えていきましょう。
I gather myself. I leave my pack here for now. I only have a few uses of my blade. I can't wield it properly in my current condition. Once we identify the other masters, I'll consider who to use it against.
しかしね、できるだけ死人は出すなか。いいね。そうできたら最高かもな。
The servant repeats himself cheerfully.
含みがあるのなら言いなさい。
They gave Spy X Family a C tier? Okay. I mean, that's an opinion.
私の方針に意見があるなら、ここで型をつけましょう。
だから理解したって。おっかねえからあんたとはまだやり合わねえ。
I don't want to throw yet. Oh, he's gonna consider throwing down with us later.
けどさ、それは無理なんだマスター。死人を出さないとか周りを巻き込まないとか関係ないよ。あんたがどう頑張ったところでこの町は4日間しか持たないんだから。
Our servant apparently has very little confidence in us. 4 days?
なんですって。
外に出ればわかる。とっくにそんな状況じゃねえってな。この町の人間は日々溢れ出してる得体の知れない連中にどんどん減らされていってるんだから。
They gave Dragon Maid a C tier? Hell no, that's like A tier right there. Of course, that is my personal opinion, though.
得体の知れない連中ですって。そんなバカな。あなた、私の記憶が曖昧だからとつまらない狂言を。
外に出ればわかる。百聞は一見にしかずだ。
The servant stifles a cackle. When I hesitate, the dark shadow takes my hand and starts walking.
さあ、聖杯戦争を続けよう。
They do have bad taste, I
マク
agree.
レミッツ。今度こそ君の望みを見つけるために。
What do you mean we could find your wish this time? The mansion is built on a high hill. It's nestled nearly concealed by a thicket of trees, and there are no other houses around. I have a headache. I thought that some fresh air would help clear my head, but the cold night air muddies my thoughts even further. Let's see. Like I said, Dragon Maid would be A tier. Let's see. Parasite and Black Lagoon. What? I'd probably put Black Lagoon as, even though I haven't seen the whole thing yet, as at least a C+. I'm really enjoying it. I think that's a C+ tier. Parasite, like I said, C, B. One Piece is an S tier anime, hands down, straight up. So's Fairy Tail, that is also S tier. Inuyasha is A tier. I don't care. Fight me on that. Let's see. I'd probably put the original Sailor Moon as probably a good solid B tier. My servant teases me. I shake my head and keep going. Black Lagoon's S tier for you? Well, I mean, you've also seen the whole thing, so I mean, did my what tier I put that in might change depending on how the rest of the anime plays out once I watch the rest of it. So I mean, it being in that tier, in C tier at the moment, could change because like I said, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, so it's not set. It's not permanently in that tier. My consciousness slowly spins. I feel dizzy under the bright moonlight. Oh, that bridge was... I remember that bridge. My top 3 anime of all time. Oh, God. Oh... I gotta say One Piece is one of my top 3. God, of all time, jeez. Put me on the spot here. There's so many that would make the top 3. My God, I don't think I can pick a top 3. Can I like have it like top 5, please? Because that would be like One Piece, Inuyasha, Gundam, in all its iterations. Fairy Tail is definitely of my top in there. If it's S tier, it's in your top 25 anime of all time. Fair. Okay, thank you. Top 5. So like I said, One Piece. Fairy Tail. Gundam in all of its iterations. It's many different iterations. It's all Gundam. For number 4, that's there's a special place in my heart for Sailor Moon. I grew up on that. I'm sorry. The number 5 spot, that's a really tough one. There are a few that could take that one. Free Ren is a new one that could definitely take the top 5. That could definitely be in the top 5. But I think I'd have to go with One Piece, Inuyasha, Sailor Moon. I think it's a fight between Free Ren and Naruto. I don't know. I love that show. They're classics. Code Geass is good. So is damn it. What's that other one with the the name escapes me now. Code Geass is really good. I need to watch that again, actually. It's quiet. Even though it's past 2 a.m., the city feels too quiet. But it might resemble my hometown. I grew up in a seaside town. At night, sea mist would fill the air and people would lock themselves up in their homes, perhaps out of fear. The empty town felt like a sunken ship in the abyss. When I was a child, I wished I could run away from that place. I think it might be 86, actually. Now that I think about it. That was really good. I really liked that one. I should probably watch 86 again, too. Hell, everyone should watch that one. At least once. I mean, it's only fair to watch it once. I should watch it again later, but I have other things I need to finish first. I probably thought that everyone would forget about me if I spent too much time at the bottom of the sea. Really? They put Code Geass as C tier? That is easily B+. These people don't know what they're talking about. I couldn't help but think of being forgotten by everyone was a curse. Like the fate of all the ancient gods. And now the city of Fuyuki is sinking into the ocean. It feels different from the Fuyuki of my memories. Too quiet, just like a ruin. Regardless, I can sense life in it. I keenly feel the breathing of an immense number of creatures. The air around me is filled with presences I've never experienced before. The servant mentioned a mysterious bunch. I hate to admit it, but his words seem credible now. I think we'd been walking for about 2 hours. The servant halts and looks at a house.
すげえな。この辺りは見て回ったんだが、まだ残っていやがったか。
Higarashi's your number 1. Danganronpa is near number 2. And number 3... Black Lagoon. So your top 3, huh? I think you might have mentioned that before in another stream a while back. He sounds impressed. Oh, see? My servant's impressed with your top 3 choices. He's looking at an unremarkable house. It's different from the other houses on this in some detail. But it's just a house that's still lit.
あんたはそこにいろ。まだ本調子じゃねえんだろ。一足先に俺が様子を見てきてやるよ。
The servant starts walking. I follow him. But the moonlight dazes me. How pathetic. To be honest, I don't know what the other servants are like, but I showed up not really wanting to do anything. Servants are a form of grand magecraft, whereby heroes enshrined in lore are summoned, given humanoid shape, and made to serve as familiars. It isn't a piecemeal borrowing of their power that spirit mediums do, but a rule-breaking feat that projects the entire person into the real world. A resurrection exclusive to the Holy Grail War. Short-lived clones, guardians of humanity, revived in the current era. It sounds great. Autonomous weapons sure are handy. But it goes overboard and recreates their internal selves, too. Familiars don't need intelligence. That goes doubly for servants. If a familiar that's superior to its master gains knowledge and awareness, it's bound to overthrow its master. Number 4 for your top 10, Saga of Titania. Steins Gate, number 6. Code Geass. Mishoku Tensei. Death Note. Gleipnir. And the Garden of Sinners. Nice. I think the Garden of Sinners should be a little higher on your top 10, but that's my opinion. Like, at maybe number 5, but I like Garden of Sinners a little more than you do, apparently. Luckily, I'm personally satisfied with my master. She's just the type of woman I like, but I still end up acting defiant. Why, you ask? You can't blame me. I might not be dissatisfied with my master, but I'm fed up with the whole world. I'm in the worst mood. How would you feel if someone left you in a dumping ground for dead bodies? While I was alive, the world was still vibrant enough. But now it's a dying old husk beyond saving, with billions living on it. From the perspective of someone who knew it when it was a lively place, I'm obligated to feel a little resentful. Your fave movie of Garden of Sinners is number 3 with Fujino? That was a good one. I'm not sure if I could rank the Garden of Sinner movies as to which one I like better than any of the others. It's just a damn good story. Like most of Nasu's stories, it's just... Nasu can be a little long-winded. I mean, I knew I would get consumed eventually, but at this pace? The sheer shamelessness of it makes me hate my own kind, but at the same time, I feel it's worth praising. Human power is just too freaking amazing. Fujino's your fave girl? Fair. I think Arcuate is well, I know she's not in Garden of Sinners, but who's my favorite in Garden of Sinners? I'd actually have to think about that. Good goddamn. I think Shiki is my favorite. Shiki Tono. Not Tono. Ryogi Shiki. Wow, I'm getting my Shikis confused. Dizzying changes of mortal systems. I wonder how many generations, how many new human species have been born and wiped out so far. I know, right? Tsukihime needs movies. Or at least a redone anime. They're going about it so fast. It's a little sad to see they haven't come up with the evolutionary theory that doesn't involve draining the earth dry. Gotta hand it to them. They sure did a bang-up job of amplifying ready-made system instead of inventing a new one. Anyway, they've got no future. So, I'd like to see them use the little time they have left to show some new growth. They already destroyed so much, you know? Where did they want to go? What did they want to consume the earth for? In other words, was it good and possible, or evil and impossible? I want to see the result that anyone can understand. It doesn't matter if we failed. Your fave girl in Tsukihime is CL? I'm partial to Arcoade.
ああ、ほんと。他の連中はどう思ってんのかね。
I mean, don't get me wrong, CL is top tier waifu, but I think Arcoade edges her out by just a hair. As heroic spirits, they must feel some apathy towards this era. Or does being a heroic spirit mean supporting humanity despite that, and accepting the outcome, whatever it might be, just like how I reject all outcomes? You love what they did with CL in the Tsukihime remake. I wouldn't know, I haven't read it. I'm hoping that one day the Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon, will come to Steam, so that I too may partake of its awesomeness. Hypothetically, if an absolute godlike being exists as an embodiment of goodness, what would it do if we were summoned? What would it do if we were summoned to this era? CL gotta be top 50 waifu of all time, huh? Would it approve of the world or defend it? If it approved, then would it cause destruction? If it wanted to defend the world, then would it just watch? A proper heroic spirit would probably defend it. Someone with a screw loose would gladly lend a hand, while someone with only one screw left in their hand might muster the courage to make the world anew. Stuff like saving the world and all that. Wow, I don't even want to meet someone like that, much less fight them. They expanded on CL's story? Oh, sweet! See, it definitely needs to come to Steam so I can buy that one too. Either way, there's only one thing for me to do. I'm supposedly a heroic spirit, but I'm not strong at all. I'm the weakest heroic spirit there is, even though my legend spans the world. Yay! I'm number 1! You're in luck, Master! You're winning the race to the bottom. It's pretty easy to come up with a battle plan. You just need to figure out how to eat up all the strong guys. Oh, they made CL's path actually really good, did they? Nice. I mean, CL's path wasn't too bad to begin with, but I hate to admit it, but in pure fighting strength, she might actually be stronger than me. A heroic spirit that would lose hand to hand against a human. Huh. Wish I could disappear.
だよな。正直いただけねえや、あの女。
Bazzett said to try to avoid killing anyone. That's exactly the kind of sheltered Overachiever attitude I'd expect from an heiress to a noble mage family. What a noble example of humanity, surely worthy to be a heroic spirit's master. But that's beyond me. All I can do is kill, and if I'm being honest, a bloodless victory sounds horribly dull. I'm the weakest, so I can't afford to be scrupulous. Even if this is supposedly a war, it still uses a mechanism of slaughter the humans worked really hard to make. Servants aside, masters are only human. It would be simpler to plant landmines or drop bombs like they did in the last war.
ま、今はそんな時代じゃないけどな。前は物騒な時期だったからな。命の扱いは安かったんだが。
That won't fly this time. The Mages Association is keeping a close watch, and modern humans are great at keeping public order. If we make too much of a mess, I'll give away Bazzett's position to other masters, too. It would be great if we could go full speed and settle things as soon as possible, but we should avoid tiring ourselves out with consecutive battles every night. My top 3 waifu of all time. Oh god. Top 3 waifu of all time. Oh boy. I think I'd have to go with Kikyo as one of my top 3 waifu of all time. Yeah, the Shrine Maiden from Inuyasha, the original one. Let's see. Another. Oh boy. I think another top 3 would be Rei, Sailor Moon, or not Sailor Moon. Well, she's from Sailor Moon, but she's Sailor Mars. And my third waifu of all time. Oh god. I think I'd have to say, geez, trying to pick that third one is really hard. Oh. I think I'd have to say... I think I have to go with a recent anime for that third waifu of all time. There's a special place in my heart for Fern. I agree, so I'll do my best to obey my master like a servant should. Though, I mean, there's some stiff competition, like both Aerith and Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. Oh god, yeah, there's some steep-ass competition for top waifu. Let's get back to the present.
待て。何をするつもりだお前は。
I ignore my faint-hearted master's voice and head toward the house. No need for investigation. There's obviously people living inside. The lights are on. Sadly, I do not have the ability to sense humans, nor can I detect heat sources. My skills as a servant are zilch. But that's okay. There are humans inside. I turn into spirit form and glide through the front door. I materialize my weapon and head for the living room. I'll finish it quickly and cruelly, like I always do. Even if by some mistake the world's strongest Superman is in here, someone who can outfight a heroic spirit, that doesn't pose a problem. I'm the weakest, but I can beat the strongest human. That's why I don't mean to brag, but Kyoko Karigiri from Dragonrampa. Number 2 is Rin Tosaka. And then Rina from Higurashi. I mean, those are some pretty good waifu. I'm not gonna lie. Blood sprays. The residents are dead. A middle-aged man, 2 boys, an old woman, a grandpa holding a bloody knife. The old guy's still alive. What a letdown. It was already finished by the time I came in. He's breathing hard. A heinous criminal who murdered 4 people. He seems to want to murder the old guy so badly he doesn't care that I just came in. The old man scrambles back into the wall, desperately shaking his head. The scene and method of murder are gruesome. Everyone is torn up beyond recognition, their blood, flesh, organs spectacularly strewn around the floor. A happy familiar altogether, with the suffocating stench of life and gooey smeared living space. What a clean crime scene. And not a stain to be found in his performance. It's killing for the sake of killing. There is no single trace of plunder, humiliation, or hunger. I help him since he asked. The murderer is easy to ambush and kill from behind. After that, I return to my original job. By the time I run into the house, everything is already over. There are 5 bodies in the living room. I base the number on the 5 heads recently severed from the nose up. I don't know how many others there were, but it's clear a massacre took place here. The servant speaks, standing idly in the middle of the carnage. He's holding a pair of wicked-looking daggers. They're shaped like bestial claws and fangs. He's holding them in a backward grip. I've never seen a weapon that looked so difficult to use. Are those his weapons? Noble phantasms that symbolize him as a heroic spirit?
おっかないぜマスター。そう睨むな。どうだ、一つ状況説明でもするか。
必要ありません。凶器と傷跡は一致しています。
The shadow nods in eager agreement. We don't need to examine this closely. I don't need to. The situation points to the servant as the cause of this grisly scene.
私からの質問は一つです。なぜ
ってこれもあんたのためだぜ。俺は当たりを探しているだけだ。一人一人調べるのも一人一人殺していくのも変わらない。
Your top 10. Alright, so number 4, Jeanne d'Arc. Number 5, Suzuha. Prince Eugen, and Roxy, huh? Kana from Oshinoko. When I first read Kana there, I thought you were referring to Kana Alvarona from Fairy Tail.
Yo は目撃者を作らなければいいんだろ。ならよ、こうして潰していけば、いつかマスターに出会えるぜ。
お前は。
He didn't hear a word I said. I'm prepared for some casualties in war. I'm a mage, which isn't so different from being a killer. But still, I never wished for senseless, unprovoked deaths like this.
お前は人を殺すこ
Actually,
と
he
が楽しいの
does. I'm not going to give away the servant's name because we're apparently trying to keep it concealed, but I do know who this servant is. And yes, he does definitely enjoy killing people.
あ、バカ言うな。俺だって好きでやってるわけじゃねえ。こうして求められた以上、自分にできることをやっただけだぜ。あのさ、人型をしてるからって勘違いするなよマスター。サーバントってのは、つまるところこういうもんじゃないのか。
Again, he's not entirely wrong.
質問に答えていない。
That is true, he's not.
私は
He is
人
definitely
を殺すのが楽しいのかと聞いたのです。
evading the question. I glare at the servant. The shadow holding the daggers responds.
とりわけ何も。第一、殺しちゃ楽しめねえだろ。いろいろ。
He snickers. He turns his vulgar grin on me as if inviting me to join in the fun.
貴様、それでも英霊か。
I can't hide how I feel. How strange, I've seen people like him before, but I feel an unexplained revulsion at this man's way of life. Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. And Shaltir, huh? From Overlord. That is a damn good top 10 waifu list. You've got quite a bit of anime covered there. Some part of me refuses to tolerate him.
あんたこそ、殺し合いが向かないんならマスターになんざなるな。しらけるんだよ実際。つまんねえ。せっかくの賞が台無しだぜ。喜んでもらえると期待してたのにさ。
そう。悪いけど、その期待には最後まで応えられない。今確信したわ。私たちは反りが合わない。あなたは私が最も嫌う人格だ。
I speak to my servant with naked hostility. All I feel is frustration and hatred at the person whose trust I need to gain. I mean, that 112 anime is quite a few. I'm not even gonna attempt to put a number to how many anime I've watched. I'm not even gonna attempt it. It's a crap ton. Or as one might say in polite society, a metric butt ton. It's driving me mad. I thought I'd long since grown out of bearing my feelings and showing someone how much I hate them.
へえ。いいね。俺も基本的にあらゆるものが気に入らない。下手に気を許されるとイラつくんで、それぐらいがちょうどいい。こういうのも気が合うっていうのかね。
Sure. The servant doesn't seem concerned. I despise him while he doesn't think anything of me. Neither of us has any affection for the other. He seems to be saying that mutual dislike won't cause any particular discord.
けどさ、あんたは割と好きな部類に入る。
Well, of course, Dai's probably watched more anime than I have. And he's younger than I am, which is kind of a hilarious thought. He adds, that's bizarre.
なぜですか？あなたはあらゆるものが気に入らないのでしょう。マスターとして、あなたがどのようなサーバントかは理解できる。あなたの方向性は人間を好むものではない。
とりあえずいい女だからな。気に入らねえけど好感を抱いてるんだ。
But I do have so.
私が女だから。
Is that soft spot the like pointy tip of that finger?
女じゃなくていい女。あんたさ、えらくそうなんだよ。
Is that what it is?
体つきも好みなんだが、優等生なところとか、一般論を守ろうとしてるところとか、みっともなさすぎて見ていられない。わかる？こんな単一機能を発揮しただけの仕事じゃなく、何らかの意味を持って殺したくなるぐらい、あんたは俺を欲情させてるってこと。
Ubel? Oh my god, yes. Ubel is awesome. I do like Ubel. I mean, Fern is my favorite girl in Free Ren. I don't know why. I really, really like Fern. But Ubel is definitely freaking awesome. The shadow laughs. I feel the directionality of his incarnation through our magical connection. There's no untruth in his words. What do I think of Roberta? She's free. My god, she gives me like friggin' Hisui and Kohaku vibes. In other words, she's freaking awesome. I love Roberta. He really does hate everything. He naturally sees everything as something to be killed, even if he's nothing to gain from it. That is the only possible interpretation. He's an embodiment of hatred that gains from as a curse just by being there, without using the incendiary device we call magecraft. However, that begs the question. Yes, Fern is very cute. She's utterly adorable. Especially when she's angry. That face she makes is fucking so cute. Her epically "you've done it now" angry face when you've really gone over the when you've really crossed the line. That is the most epic angry face I have ever seen. Why hasn't he tried to kill me if he's this bloodthirsty? Roberta gets even better, does she?
先ほどの
Sweet.
話ですが
Yeah, like I said, she really does give me like Kohaku and Hisui vibes.
あなたはまず私を殺すと言い、それを抑えた。私に欲情しているあなたが令状なしで、どうやって私への欲求を抑えたのですか？
ああ、あんたはマスターだからな。あんたは人間じゃないってさっきルールを作ったところ。
Because he's his master, he made up a rule that I'm not human. Okay.
まあ要するにこの世で唯一殺す気になれない生き物になったってわけ。
Fair enough.
見てくれは女だけど中身は人間じゃないっつが攻略対象外の生物にカテゴライズしたんだよ。
Okay. He doesn't hesitate. Even if it's something that obviously insulting to me.
私を人間扱いしないと。
I'm used to hearing people say that I'm uninteresting or unattractive, but this is the first time someone said they don't even see me as a woman. Wait, no. He said he doesn't think of me as human. But I interpreted it that way.
俺信用できねえか？最大限の情報なんだぜ。こんなの最初で最後の特例なんだぞ。くそ、頭くるな。こっちは本気なのに。
You haven't watched Fairy Tail yet? Oh, my dear Dawson. You need to do that. You're in for a treat when you watch Fairy Tail. You are 100% in for a treat. It is an awesome, awesome show.
はいはい、そうですか。形のないものは見えませんか。しょうがない。こういうのなら信用できる？
Did he take my silence as suspicion? The servant tears a page from a notepad on a bloody desk and starts writing something on it.
おい、これあげる。誰かに譲ったりしないように。
In Japanese, the note reads, Murder Exemption Certificate, valid until end of Holy Grail War. Oh, it's my I will kill my master free card. I love it. Oh, and you know what? I think I'm actually gonna call it here. I hate to cut and run, but I unfortunately have some other things I need to get done. Dinner being one of them. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming to today's stream. I really appreciate having you here. I'm glad to be streaming again. Let's see. If you haven't checked out my latest episode of Star Rail or my solo challenge for SAO, please do go check those out. And coming up on Friday, I will have some more Gundam Breaker 4. Oh, Juvia is what's getting you interested in the show? She's fun. She's a psycho, but she's fun. Alright guys, well, we'll catch you all later. Bye for now.